Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Hardcore series. In today's episode, we are going to be continuing our building. And oh, do I have a project for us today. Ooh, gotta fix that. So, in the off-camera time, I made this path right here. It cuts alongside here, goes alongside the farmhouse, and then it goes into the woods and it connects back up to, if you go around over to here, it connects back up to this path that comes down here and winds around, and then eventually we're gonna have a path that goes this way. We'll probably tee off here and maybe go down in that way. But yeah, so I connected the path all the way to here. The reason being is this is kind of like the wilderness part of it, because like inside the wall, everything's in there, and then we have the wilderness outside where there's still going to be buildings, of course, but it's going to be not as protected. So what I'm envisioning for today's episode is so like, how like in the old movies and stuff, people are walking down, especially like some medieval type movies, and then there's like a inn or like a house or like a place where people can go get drinks and stuff. Well, that's what we're gonna kind of build here. It's also gonna kind of be where we store all of our candles, like a candle shop maybe, I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of thinking here. Like, so just imagine for a second, we're walking up. I need to put some slabs here. But walking, you just get through the clearing and the trees, and there's just a nice big building right here where you can go in, you can kick your shoes off, have yourself a nice little beverage, rest a little bit, and then you can get on your way. That's kind of what I planned for this area. So this is about where the building is going to sit, right about there. And this building is a little bit unique. It's kind of funny, actually. See, I want to try to build something that's not just kind of a square building like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a corner and we're going to basically just cut it like so. Oops. We're going to take this building and we're going to cut it like this. So it kind of matches like the flow of this road. And then this is where our entrance is going to be. It's going to be very, I don't know if it's difficult, but it's going to be very interesting. And I may have done this one too many. We might have to go like this. May have done one too many. But yes, I'm going to try to challenge myself to build something that is not like, the roof isn't perfect. I just want to see how it turns out. So that is one thing we are going to challenge ourselves with in this build, is it not being perfectly square. It's got a little bit of a corner bitten off of it. Another thing that's going to be unique about this building is we are not going to be using normal stone. Now we are going to utilize this dead bubble coral as it's kind of like a stony type of block. And it's actually going to mix in with, so we're going to have this smooth stone as the corners, and it's going to be mixed in with this tough block, which kind of looks like a wet version of this coral block. And so let me see if I can give you guys a little example of what I'm talking about. So we got the shell kind of done already, and you can see that the tough blocks in this was it the dead bubble coral blocks, it kind of just looks like a wet version of this block, and I think it goes well together. I think it's going to look great. Now this is where our door is going to be, and it's going to be weird. It's going to be a double door, and it's going to be made out of a dark oak. So it's going to be dark oak, kind of dark wood with this kind of grayish color. Now it's not going to be, I know this kind of grayish color is kind of bland right now. We're going to spice it up a little bit with some wood, and this is actually going to be a 2-story building. So the first story is going to be this color. The second story is going to be made out of bricks and some granite. So that is what we're going to work on next. And actually, it's going to be a little bit even more interesting because it's going to be out one block in each direction. So the bottom is going to be a little bit smaller than the top, but it's going to look pretty wonderful after when it's all done. For the entrance area, we're gonna can basically just make a little path go right up to here, and then we're gonna have a little canopy that's draping over, and then a little post over here, so that you're walking in and you say, oh, there's the door, walk right on in and into the tavern you go. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on getting this built over here, the second story, and we'll show you it when it's done. We got some interesting things to show you. So I added in this little interesting bookshelf storage cabinet staircase thing here. Now, the interesting thing about this flooring up here is it's going to be made out of these smithing tables. Now, most of you probably know by now, but these smithing tables have a very unique bottom side to this block. And if I can get a couple of them, I can show you, and that looks like I need to add. Yes, it has a nice like maroon, I think is the color. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it looks really nice as a floor block. Now, the unfortunate thing is we're gonna have to use it as the floor block up here, or as a ceiling block. Excuse me. But it's gonna work out pretty well, I think. I just hope that I have enough, because these upgrade tables, smithing tables, are quite expensive. But I think we're probably gonna have to make some more. By the looks of it, probably like 4 more, 4, 5, 6 more. But yeah, as you can see, it like coming down here, like it makes it look pretty homey, actually. As you're, it adds like a little darker feel to it, which is kind of what we're going for. So I'm gonna get that done, and then we're gonna work on the brick top, and maybe I'll put the roof on. And when we get the full building, pretty much the shell of it all done, we'll come back and we'll go over it. So we're making some progress on this build. I got the top floor exterior pretty much done. The last thing we have to do is put the roof on, but yeah, this is how it's kind of looking. Now, there will be a canopy right here, so that is why this area looks a little bit weird at the moment. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like the combination of the spruce wood trap doors as like the shutters, and then the planking for the dark oak signs. I think it looks rather nice. So the last thing we have to do is install the roof. Then we will have the entire shell of the building all done. Now, for the roof, it's going to have 2 very, very expensive blocks in it. It's kind of like a focal point of the whole build, and those 2 blocks are going to be lodestones. We're going to have 2 lodestones, and they're going to be centered on these windows here. And it's going to be a little bit higher, and it's going to just kind of, I don't know what it's going to like go up and back down like a peak, and right at the peak is where these lodestones are going to be. So it's going to look a little bit interesting. And then to surround the lodestones, we might use these. The smooth stone might look good too. I'll give that a shot. But yeah, so basically what we're going to use is the deep slate, because deep slate is now like one of the best roof blocks there is, and we're going to use this tile deep slate because it's got that darker look to it. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of this. We're going to make some slabs as well, and we're going to have to go all the way up to the top and start working on filling this in. So I'm going to get started on that. We're going to finish the whole roof, and then it's pretty much this canopy and then interior decorating, which I don't have all the way done. But I never get my interiors done for some reason. It's nighttime. It's time to sleep. Let's go. Bedtime. Come on. I'm just going to sit here and... Oh, there we go. There it is. The roof is all done. You can see that the lodestones, they're a nice focal point for the entire build, and they're on both sides too, so it doesn't matter which way you're coming in, you can see it. You just see it pop out right above the window. But yeah, the roof is a little weird because of the shape of the build, but that is to be expected when you're not dealing with a perfectly square building. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. There's actually going to be a chimney coming out like right here, so we'll get that installed. But the next thing I want to work on is this canopy up here, and that's basically all that's going to tail is just right off of here, off of those 2 points right there. It's just going to kind of drape down over the top, and we're going to use that dark oak, dark oak slabs. We're going to use one fence and one log, and it might have to be a stripped log, I'm not sure, but let me clear my inventory. And looks like it's about nighttime again, so we might have to sleep here shortly. But then after that, I have an extra lodestone too. Then after that, we will get this canopy up and going. And just like that, the canopy is all done. We need to come up with a name for this shop. So after we get the interior done, I want you guys to, in the comment section down below, think of a name that we should name this tavern, I think is what it should be. It's going to be a tavern / candle shop. I don't really know exactly. Maybe the bottom is where the bottom is like maybe the candle shop, and then we're gonna go up here. We're gonna have a place where people can rest. But yeah, so the last thing we have to do is the interior in this build. So I'm just gonna explain what it's going to be. So, ooh, I need to put windows in here as well. It might get a nice breeze in here that way. So there's going to be we're going to use smokers as kind of like a little wood burning stove on both levels, and we'll have a chimney going straight up. And so we'll have that. And then we'll have a nice countertop over here with some shelves and some barrels and some, stuff like that. And then some seating around here. We're gonna have a nice red carpet here with a chandelier coming from up top. And then down below, I haven't really figured out what we're gonna do down here. Maybe just have a couple, maybe like sitting areas, maybe a couple barrels with some candles and stuff. I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do, but we're going to use a lot of candles so we can light this place up and kind of advertise that this is kind of where we are going to store our candles. So let me start work on that and get that done, and then we will come back and we will see the final product. So we got the interior done. We're flying right now, so you guys can see. I put a little chimney up top, and it's got some smoke coming out. It's getting warm in there. So the interior is mostly done. The downstairs needs some work. You walk in, it's pretty barren in here. I just threw some candles on the floor because it needs light, and we got all of our stuff for candles in here. Okay, this is a candle shop. Like I said before, I really don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I do know this is where I want to store the candles. Then up top over here, we got a nice cozy little tavern. Oh yeah, I'm thinking this is looking fantastic. I think this is where we should probably store our honey bottles. It could be kind of like drinks, put those maybe in the cabinets, so that this is like where we just store all of our honey stuff. That could be, yeah, that's a good idea. So maybe I'll do that. But yeah, you got the nice little the wood burning stove there for warmth. It just has a warm, cozy feel to it, and I like it. I like it a lot. Down here, needs some work. Up there, beautiful. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the build today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I just want to get this I just want to get this final view. Let's get all this stuff going out, all this stuff out of here, so we aren't distracted by all of this stuff. I guess I can leave the chest because I don't have, just short a little bit. Do I have a shulker box empty? We'll leave the chest there. But so let's get a nice, let's pretend like we're walking in the woods, and we're tired and we're slow, and we just need a little pick-me-up. You're walking like, oh hey, what's this? Oh, would you look at that? It's a nice little tavern in the woods, and the door's already open for us so we can walk in. I like that view. Let's see what it's looking like from over here. Again, pretty much same story, but I love how you can kind of you can kind of see it through the trees there. And then once it comes over here, it opens up, and that is exactly what we're going for. Oh, I love it. I love this build so much. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section. And like I said, in the comments down below, make sure to give this shop a name. You know, we need to know what this shop should be named, and it'll be right here in a nice shiny new sign. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The support to the channel is greatly appreciated. If you want to see more from me, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 o'clock Central Time on Twitch. And if you want to join the Lanta Gaming community, make sure to join that Discord server. The links to all those are in the description below. With that being said, guys, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.